Day 300. The moon. It's beautiful, but there's no life on it. Year 1. Earth, the only planet in the solar system on which man can live. Reaching the closest star to this solar system would take millions of years. Much too long. I'll go back and circle the Earth again. On Earth, everything is interdependent. Living creatures breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. Vegetation takes in carbon dioxide and releases oxygen. Water nourishes plants, and plants in turn affect the water cycle. Streaming, percolating, perspiration, evaporation, precipitation. Water is in perpetual motion, and when the balance is upset at any point, a chain reaction is triggered. What is destroyed in one place is destroyed for the planet as a whole. What is needed is a global solution. That's what I must tell Stella.
If those who are responsible for the water research program cannot regain control of the satellite,
the directors of the center will put new people in charge.
Hello. I'm looking for the office of Stella McMahon, please.
Your name, sir? You have an appointment with Mrs. McMahon?
My name is Akosi Woyo Barthélemy. I'm a researcher, and I do have an appointment with Mrs. McMahon.
You're absolutely right, you know. You're into applied agricultural research, I'm told.
That's right. For the past 6 years, I've been studying the phenomena of desertification.
Oh.
In fact, I'd like to be able to consult some satellite photos of the Sahel.
Oh, sure, that will be my pleasure. Oh, by the way, one thing we'll have to get you is a magnetic key like this one, so that you can have access to your office.
Okay. After you.
Thanks. Now I'll show you the lab. It's this way here.
Mrs. McMahon! Mrs. McMahon! I got new instructions. No one's allowed access to the laboratory. So...
It's right here. Thanks.
It's okay.
Will you be in Montreal for a long time?
For 3 weeks, if all goes well.
Oh, great. Professor Nian's gone abroad for a while, so you may have his desk.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, no. 25 will do fine, yes. 25, that's right. Good. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. If you need assistance, just press this key twice.
Great.
The photos are all listed in the file there.
I believe this is the key to select them.
That's right.
Terrific.
The problems of desertification are often created by humans. Farmers will demand too much of the land, more than it's able to grant, and animals will eat all that's in their path, and farmers grub the land and strip it, cutting trees and bushes to use as firewood. It's their only source of energy, you understand.
But there's also natural causes. I mean, like drought, for instance.
Yes, you're right. Ever since 1968, the rains have become more and more scarce, and the drop in the flow of the Senegal and Niger rivers is considerable. Here, look at the progression of the desert around these villages, for example. It's easy to see. The desertification results from a disruption of that water cycle. And as soon as the lands are impoverished of the natural resources, the population are forced to migrate to other areas that are more fertile. Displacing a population means displacing its problems, and it starts all over again.
Results: disturbance of the water cycle, population migration, climatic changes, disappearance of resources. Year 1, Day 33. Water is life. When water goes, the desert takes over. Trees fight drought. Where there are trees, water remains in the soil, evaporating more slowly and returning as rain. Where there are no trees, water doesn't remain in the ground, but heads to the sea, and rain is scarce. The less vegetation there is, the more drought. And the more drought, the less vegetation. Akosi. Akosi.
What's that voice I hear?
I'm over here, Akosi, over here.
Who's speaking to me? Huh?
My name is Zenon. I have the solution to your problem. The solution to desertification is to plant trees.
But who are you?
Planting trees, that's all there is to it. You must plant trees.
Of course we must. We've thought about it, but you've got to water them. And for that, the local people have to agree and they have to participate.
But why wouldn't the people participate?
They've got other problems, even more urgent ones. They usually can't even read. Healthcare is totally insufficient and life expectancy is short. If you want to get them to participate, you'll have to improve their present living conditions first.
You're right. People are part of our ecosystems.
Mm-hmm.
Everything on the planet interacts. The solution must be global.
Planetary interdependence, we call that.
Planetary interdependence?
It's too complicated.
Solutions. Restore the ecosystem. Stable food supply. Energy development. Stabilization of vegetation layer.
But who are you?
Yes?
Your computer, a Xenon, can talk.
Zenon? Oh, Zenon. It's an experimental program. Sometimes it will start up on its own. It misreads certain commands. It's some kind of bug.
It was just
But
great.
we're working on it. I'm really sorry, but I've got a lot of work. I'll see you later.
Okay, sure.
Hello, Stella.
Don't go away, Zenon. I'll be right back.
But... Stella?
Just a second, Zenon.
The Xenon project has been reduced to a standard satellite. Its mechanisms will be controlled from the base. The organic part of the satellite will be destroyed by dehydration.
He will die.
Stella? What is it?
You really want to know?
Yes.
It's a love letter.
Love? I don't know what that is, but it makes you look strange. I'll check through my data files and be right back. Love. Love.
Hello, you have reached Professor Liao Ning. Unfortunately, I am unable to take your call just now.
Alo, đây là nhà của Dr. Leon Nguyễn. Tôi tạm thời đi vắng.
Love. An emotional and/or physical impulse which... What? What's happening? Professor Yen! Professor Yen!
The professor's not back yet. It's me, of course.
I must speak to the professor. I'm unable to hydrate the organic part of my brain.
Organic?
Only Professor Yen can help me. Stella has no access to the laboratory.
Do you realize, Professor, they want to destroy Xenon's organic structure? We have to act now. But, well, let them close up the service. I'll go and work elsewhere. We simply can't let Xenon die. Zenon is not a deserter. He doesn't know what deserting means. You wanted him to be a free spirit. But surely you, Professor, you might try. Professor, Professor?
You have to go to the laboratory and cut off the contacts which prevent me from hydrating.
I don't even know which wires to cut, Zenon. But I'll find a way, I swear.
The desert's growing, Stella. Within 24 hours, certain parts of my brain will be completely dehydrated. I must save my energy.
Zenon!
I will try to contact you again in 24 hours.
Stella, what's the matter?
Please, you must give me a hand. It's Zenon. Let me explain. Akosi, I'm pretty sure I've got it. To get at the plan, you gotta do ZEN-96.
Slowly, everything is fading away. But it's actually me who's disappearing.
Beg your pardon. I wonder if you could help me, please.
Sure.
You see, I walked out of the office where I was working and I forgot my magnetic key. I wonder if you wouldn't mind opening the door for me.
No problem. Just a second. Hello, Willie. It's David here. I'll be back in a second. Okay. So, you're a researcher.
Uh-huh.
Interesting. And you're researching what?
Naturally, the forest's role is truly essential in the countries of the Sahel. Oh, it's indispensable to the equilibrium of the ecosystems, pastoral and agricultural. And it contributes to the nutrition of humans and animals while preventing erosion and the progression of the dunes.
Really? Well, that's too bad. Really is a shame. All those poor people. Nothing can be done.
Oh, no, quite the contrary. We must realize that every small gesture we make counts. It may have great repercussions on a planet-wide basis. And if we're not careful, the planet will disappear piece by piece.
Holy cow, that's no joke. This way. There you go.
Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. Here we are.
Oh, no, what am I thinking? You know, I'm so absent-minded. Actually, I'm working in Professor Nien's office.
Professor's office. It's back there.
Thanks. My briefcase. I hope I didn't forget anything. There we are. I've got everything now, I believe.
Good, terrific. tell you that moose had antlers this big.
Really?
No kidding.
Of course, see.
Oh, good evening.
You're working late tonight.
I had some work to finish.
I don't understand. The wires had already been cut. Someone's been there before us. See you tomorrow, David.
Good night and thanks.
Good night. Willie, David. It's all right, I'm back now. Good.
This is satellite Xenon. I read you loud and clear.
Zenon, this is Stella.
Stella. Name unknown.
Hello?
I'm afraid it didn't work.
Don't feel responsible.
I should have.
You've done everything you could. I've come to say goodbye. I'm going back to the Sahel.
Sahel means desert shore in Arabic.
It's odd. In his state, he'd normally answer only after a question. Zenon?
It was a joke.
It's a bad joke, you rascal.
I'm really happy to hear that Zenon is doing so well.
He even plays pranks.
Do you know whether his conscience is intact?
It's intact.
That's good. Mrs. McMahon. You lost this, I think.